Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we are going to be figuring out how to kill the Wither and going after the Gaia Guardians. So I hope you guys are ready. So today we're back with some more modded Minecraft goodness, and we're back with on the equivalent skies. So this right here has been working really good, been doing quite a bit of work for me, and we have quite a bit of EMC. I've been using that mostly to pull out some alchemical coal, because that's what I've been using to power some Botany setup. So, couple plans for today. I want to go after two things. First of all, I want to go ahead and actually start working on automation things, so like getting an alchemical chest so we can start to take EMC from things and generate other things. And a good way to do that would be such as using like a cobblestone generator to generate EMC into an alchemical chest, and then have that alchemical chest pumping out materials that are needed for crafting and things like that, or using this, for example. So to do that, we need to first make an alchemical chest. So that's going to be under Project E, and your base energy, I say alchemical chest, I meant a energy condenser. The alchemical chest though is a part of this. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and clear out all of this, as we don't really need it. We just need these things. So you can see it needs mana diamonds, so good thing we got into Botany because it was going to be needed anyways. And then the alchemical stuff is actually just some covalence, which is not too difficult to get. Everything's mostly EMCable. We need cobblestone. That is one thing that is going to be used for covalence dust and coal. So this right here should make our default covalence. I think it might be charcoal, now that I look at it. So if it is charcoal, which it is, you can get charcoal in a couple different ways. One is using one of these guys. So let's just go ahead and take some wood. Some things do require charcoal, so I'm going to take 2 stacks. We're going to go ahead and pull out what's currently in here, blocks, and throw this in here. There we go. I do have this voiding off into these fluid garbage bins, by the way, just in case you wanted to know what was going on there. Awesome. And I'll go ahead and I guess restock this with iron. It's never a bad thing to have iron constantly being produced. And I can't wait till these. Can't wait till I'll upgrade these. So now that we have that, that should start to produce some charcoal. So really we just have to wait. And while that's waiting, over here, I have been producing some double layer capacitors. Nice. So these are going to replace the capacitors that are currently in here. And these are going to be a lot better, right? And that should start filling up. And double layer capacitors. Oh, I have one. I missed one. Where did I put it? In here, didn't I? Ah, you guys were going to get me for that if I didn't replace that one. There we go. All right, so all that's ready to go. And like I said, this is just going to require some charcoal, which this is pretty much the only way to make it, other than making an upgraded thermal machine. So while that's working on that, we can probably make the other stuff, which is just iron and redstone. Good old-fashioned iron and redstone, and I believe it's diamond and coal, regular coal. And these are going to combine to get exactly what we need. Just some covalence. We also have to go through this process, which is going to be a tree, or a chest tree for the most parts. It'd probably be best if you take a look here and you see you have your normal chest. So if we go through this route and just make chests. So say we make a chest here, then we go to the copper chest, and we just keep going through this this tier. Actually, probably best if we do this way. Just like that, and we remove this one and this one. And so we have our tier tree here, so it's just super simple for us to click and go, hey, I want to make this, not iron plates from Cork. I don't even know what these are. Apparently didn't pull our chest in, so... And just continue to do this. Is this going to... Oh yeah, it needs a copper chest. So I even missed the copper chest, apparently. So yeah, there we go. So we'll apply the copper chest, and then we just keep going obsidian iron chest, silver chest, which all these things are EMCable. Like silver is EMCable, for example. And we just keep going up. Gold. And then diamond. And then obsidian. Right? And that's exactly what we need in order to make this thing. Now, everything else is pretty simple, except for the way that this is going to be crafted. You can see that this is actually going to need a basic crafting table from Extended Crafting. That's going to be something we have to make. We also need some seared stone, which literally is just some cobblestone that is thrown over here. Let's go ahead and actually replace this with a casting basin. And I think we might actually... I thought we had some available, but I don't know. But it's pretty much 1-to-1. So we throw this in here, and that's going to start producing exactly what we need and cooking it up. And of course we have nothing over here, so I can leave this timer running. And that's going to continue to produce the things we need. Let's go ahead and get our coal out of here. There we go. Perfect. So we should have pretty much everything ready now. All I needed was my seared stone. And we have ourselves an alchemical chest. So this thing is a very large chest, but is it equivalent to this? This one's bigger. Like this, the small storage crates are actually quite bigger. Here's why I made shurikens. Look at that, 2-shot. So yeah, this thing right here is not going to be useful for me at all. What it is going to be useful for though is our extended crafting and getting ourselves EMC, and basically this is like an exchanger. It's how we're going to be able to interact with things for automation. So let's go ahead and make this thing. So for the most part, I already have most of these basic components. I have 6 of these black iron slates ready to go. I think I am going to need, let's see, a couple of this luminescence. I think that's gunpowder that needs. So we'll be sure to get that in there. Yeah. So I need a few of these luminescence. And that's about it for this. This isn't actually a super difficult thing to craft. This tier 1 here. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough to cover this, which is 4. And then 2 for the basic. So we need 3 more of these. 2, 3. That's going to make 2 more basic components. And the rest should be right here. So here is our crafting table. And I'm just going to throw it right here for right now. Perfect. So, a different colored crafting table. So now that we have this, we should be able to make this bad boy. We are, however, going to need some diamonds. So 4 of them. And this is why you have to get Botania up and running. I know some people feel like Botania is just, you know, it's just the same old always when you get to working on it. But it is required in a lot of packs like this. So to at least have it done and get it started. We also need obsidian. And that's it. That's pretty much it for this. I mean, pretty simple to get an energy condenser, to be honest. Now, the energy condenser is super nice, right? We can take any EMCable item and exchange EMC values for items. So if I wanted to get wither skeleton skull heads or any of these other items that I'm producing in here, I can do so with this guy. So let me show you, for example. Say I want to produce iron. A lot of iron, because say I'm working on an auto craft or something. I can pull out 1 iron, place it in here, right? Just to kind of demonstrate how this system is going to work. And basically, when I put anything that has EMC values in here, it's going to contribute to that total EMC value of the 256. Once it hits 256 of a EMCable item, then it will basically create an iron ingot in here. To show you as an example, let's use bones, because I don't need to put a wither skeleton skull in it. It's a lot of iron. If I put bone in here, you'll see that this is worth 144 EMC. So 144 EMC was put towards the total value of this iron. If I put 2 in here, it created an iron ingot because it went over 256 total EMC. We're left with 32 as the extra value. So if we keep throwing this in here, it's going to keep making iron for us. Super cool. right? But the energy condenser can be used for other things as well. You can passively generate EMC with it in different ways. So say we take this and we look at Project E. You can see there are a couple things like these energy collector MK1s, and then we also have antimatter relays. All of these things are very important. What you would do is you would place antimatter relays all around the chest, have an item in there that is going to be able to be reproduced and create EMC, and then you would surround the outside antimatter relays with energy collectors and make sure to cover all sides. That would be a power flower, and it would generate, based on sunlight, EMC passively, which is pretty nice. It's not too fast. It's definitely not as fast as this, but it does work. But the main use for this, for me anyways, is going to be basically, instead of me putting manually like a chest or something here, I can have some other source generating EMC and throwing it in, which is kind of nice. So we'll worry about that here in a little while. For right now, we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to fight the Wither, because the Wither is something we definitely need to fight. And how we're going to go about doing that. Well, if we take a look here, we are producing Wither dust, right? Crafting ingredient is what it says, but this can be converted into Wither dust blocks. Now, it doesn't tell you specifically that these things are actually wither-proof. They really are. They are definitely wither-proof, and we do have a lot of it built up. So let's actually convert this into its blocks, and I believe you can actually change the blocks as well to another type, wither dust bricks, that look even better. And all of this is EMCable, or not EMCable. Well, all of this will prevent the wither from spawning. So, do we have more wither dust in here? Of course we do. Let's just take all the wither dust out. I'm actually going to convert it into some bricks because I think those look really good. There we go. Some of them are converted into bricks, some of them aren't. And I'm going to set up a place right over here. I know it might blow up a little bit of an area, but we're going to need a 5x5 platform. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right in here. So how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Having a 3x3 area on the inside could be kind of dangerous. But we're gonna go with it. Let's actually see 1, 2, 3. So this guy would have a 3 block spawning area on the inside. I feel like that is going to be enough. I have seen the wither come out of that block space before, which can be pretty dangerous. But I mean, if it goes to destroy our base, we're going to go this way, so hopefully it will leave our animals alone. I'll try my best to kill it as fast as possible, though. So yes, we're just going to build a wither killing cage, which is going to go just like this. It's not too difficult to get this guy killed. And we can do it with two different things. We could make a Botania tool that we can just shoot the thing from a distance. The projectiles, the mana projectiles from Tanya can kill the wither. But right back here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little opening. See, it's easy for us to break, but withers should not be able to destroy this, right? And if we just create a little spot for us, it'll probably just destroy this back area. I'm trying to think of some other methods. We could also use this Killer Joe to kill it as well. Let's go ahead and actually take this, and we're going to take him for a moment, and we will try this. After he does his explosion thing, we can do this. So let's go ahead and get some soul sand. Of course, I'm going to use the Archangel's thing on him at first to see how quickly we can get him down to health. But this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to pan out. Let's go ahead and make this. And get ready, I'm guessing. I'm going to have to be ready for this, because this could get a little dangerous. Having this hole should be fine. Shouldn't be able to get out. Let's go ahead and place the heads. There we go. This guy is there. He cannot get out of this hole. We're going to let him do his explosion thing. It's probably going to break a few blocks, because sometimes it does break a few blocks. But I don't think he can get out. Like, he can't actually break these blocks, which is a good thing. So is he not exploded? There he goes. Okay. So he's kind of trapped. And you can see right there, he no longer takes that kind of damage. So what we can do is place this down. And the Killer Joe should be hitting him with the sword. I mean, he should be. I think he is. Maybe. I don't... No, he's not. Okay. So let's just take this out. I'll be sure to pick that back up. I'll just get in here and I will just start hammering on the guy. We do have a lot of health because basically our gems keep us healed for EMC cost. So really we can stay in here for quite a bit and he won't really bother us too much. Just keep swinging and eventually we will kill the Wither. Nice. So, that wasn't too bad, was it? I was hoping the Killer Joe would do it, but apparently the Killer Joe was just not, wasn't functioning there. Could it be that the radius is just, no, it should have been killing him. It should have been punching him. Maybe this thing's blacklisted to not be able to kill the Wither? I don't actually know. But I do know the Archangel Smite did a really good job of getting him down to health. So, like, killing the dragon, this thing is super easy to do. Alright, so we're going to be taking this damage until the Wither effect is over. But we end up getting ourselves a Nether Star. Now, the Nether Star itself does not have an EMC value. But we do need the beacon. Because I want to use this beacon to fight the Gaia Guardian. Right? The Gaia Guardian should be something that we should be able to go for. So, let me go ahead and get an area set up. I think I'm going to do it on the outside here. I'm going to build off a big grass platform. And we're going to fight the Gaia Guardian. But first, I do need to make a few things. So, I'm going to go ahead and get those crafted up. Of course, get my Killer Joe back in place. And we're going to get started with this. So, I do need to make some Terra Steel. So, let's go ahead and get some Terra Steel made up. We will need one piece of Terra Steel, but there are some other things that we can go ahead and start producing while we wait. And that's pixie dust. If we throw that in there, we'll get back some pixie dust. And we are going to need a few of these. I believe 8 is how many we're going to need. Because we have to make some pylons. So Britannia is going to, or to get the Gaia, we're going to need Gaia pylons, which is also going to need this Elementium ingot as well. That's also an Elven trade, which is 2 mana steel, which actually I might be running a little low on mana steel. So let's get some steel. So we have 5. Actually, we might have enough. Yeah. We should have plenty. And we throw these in pairs of 2 in there. We can actually throw the whole thing in there. It's going to automatically do the math for us. We should get 3. And that should get us exactly what we need. So, we should be able to make these mana pylons. Or Gaia pylons, I mean. Oh, you know what? We might actually need a little bit more than that. Britannia. We do need this, so we are going to need a couple more diamonds. And now that I look at it, we're going to definitely need more steel. I'm going to go ahead and do 16 more. And using this. We should have got our Terra Steel. There we go. We'll throw this over here. Throw that in there. And that should also get us enough Elementium. Should be plenty. We'll need 8. Doing this process, by the way, uses up mana out of our mana pool. That's how it does all of its processing for that. Alright, so back to mana. Or Britannia. Just getting this set up. We are going to need 4 of them. for this process, since this is like the late game boss. This is literally in-game Britannia that we're getting into here. And we're going to have 4 of them. We also need a piece of Terra Steel. That's how we're going to activate this boss. And for in this pack, we should be pretty much set and ready to go. Now, I do believe this goes out a few, but if you take your book, your Britannia book, there is a guide for it that you can just set up. That's going to be wrapped up inside this book. There we go. And it should be, I believe it's under, not End Artifacts, Portal to Alpha. It should talk, oh, we have to, to be able to see this, we have to throw our book inside the portal. That gives us the tier 2. And there we go. Now we can see the Ritual of Gaia right here. And it's going to tell us a little bit about this. And then we can click Visualize to kind of see how this is going to be set up. I'm going to place this underground. So if I just go ahead and break the beacon, I can kind of place this here now. And you can get a visualization of how it's supposed to be placed. I will need to break down this. This has to be all iron blocks. Let's go ahead and make all of those. Everything else we pretty much have. Make sure we have enough iron for 9 iron blocks to set the beacon. Now, you don't have to turn the beacon on, but you do have to have a fully powered beacon down below. Perfect. So you place your beacon, and then you're going to need some placement blocks for these guys. So right here, and then place that. These are just placement blocks. These, of course, are going to be floating. Another multi-block structure for another mod. Gotta love it. And then again, right there. So this guy is complete, right? The only thing left to do is to summon the boss. So to summon this boss, all we have to do is right-click this on here and get ready for some rock and roll music. Right? Shift right-click. And yes, we are going to be using this. If you hit G, it will auto-turn this on. Which will auto-fire arrows for us. And then, of course, we can also hit left-click. And left-click. Alright, so left-click. Look at the health. Oh my gosh. He's already almost dead. Left-click is going to fire, like, shots immediately. This is also going to just immediately kill anything that comes into contact. I mean, this is... Ultimately, this is how you would destroy this boss. You still have to go through this phase, apparently. But I mean, how do you beat this? Like, look at all these arrows it's trying to go for him. I mean, these mobs are just getting destroyed. And he hasn't even made his way back down yet. Oh my. This is probably the easiest Gaia fight I've ever done. And I've used some incredibly overpowered mods before, but I don't think anything compares to this Archangel one bit. All right, this should be the last wave, I think. Should be, anyways. I think. All right, once he comes back down, this guy is dead. And game over for that guy. And so yeah, it should automatically put the items in your inventory, I believe. But here we go. We'll just we'll clean up our mess. The arrows do despawn. They are homing arrows, but they despawn. So now that we got that fight out of the way, the only thing we have left to do would be to make another piece of Terra Steel, and then fight the other version of this, which would be the tier 2 Gaia Guardian. So not too hard to do that. It's just making sure you have the Terra Steel. Here's an epic shader bag. What do we get in that? Ooh. So we got a shader for a weapon or something like that from that mod. Now, we end up getting Gaia Spirits. Gaia Spirits are great. We're going to use that after we make another piece of Terra Steel. which I should be able to get pretty quickly here. Botania. I'm just going to move some mana around. I'm going to make another thing of Terra Steel. And guys, we're going to fight the next tier, the hardest boss in Botania. Get out of here. So to fight the next tier, we just need to make ourselves a Gaia Spirit Ingot. And let's go after this guy. Oh my. So, same thing here, except for this is the harder boss. Let's get this guy going. And we'll activate everything. I wonder if this time we can kill him before he even hits his stage. So, if we also spam these at the same time. Oh my. That is so close. Now, he does shoot like projectiles and stuff at you, so you have to be careful of those. The best thing to do is probably just move around. But this is also, like, the slowest part is just waiting for him to drop. Oh my god. This one, when you fight this guy, this is where you get the really powerful artifacts and things like that from Botania. So, and there's only so many of them, so there's only so many of these guys that you can actually fight. That is worth it in the end. But still, this is like super nice. Look at this little guy. Yeah, fighting the Botania Gaia Guardian has never been so easy. I think he even spawns wither skeletons as well. Look at all those projectiles. This is ridiculous. How do you do it? Yeah, we can just stand back here, hang out. So I hope you guys are having a mighty fine day. The time that you guys are watching this. Oh my. Oh, the projectiles. Those are all arrows that are surrounding him, by the way. And he's dead. Wow. So, what do we get? We got a Dice of Fate. And the Dice of Fate can be opened, and we got ourselves a Ring of Thor. Nice. And the Ring of Thor, if I remember correctly, I might actually have to look up what the Ring of Thor does. So pretty much the Ring of Thor is going to grant you extra range when you have a Terra Shatterer, which is not a big deal for us. It's not really the best ring. I like the one that gives you more hearts, which I think is the Odin. But this one also, every 10 seconds, lets you deal an increase. It lets you deal 1 extra heart of damage, 1 extra full heart, or 2 heart slivers, or whatever you want to call them, 2 health points, every 10 ticks. So that's kind of what this thing does. But you know, overall, I ended up getting a bunch of cool things, and I think we ended up getting mana diamonds. Looks like mana diamonds and mana steel and mana pearls. Oh man, we ended up getting a bunch of stuff. Also a bunch of junk as well. So we do have a lot of stuff that we could potentially just EMC. And we also got another shader. But these Gaia spirits are what are really useful. And I believe they're also used for some later game crafts as well. And also some really nice flowers that you'll find out later on. But these sashes are also really nice. Like a Sojourner's sash lets you walk a lot faster. This one, the Globetrotter, also lets you walk even faster, if I remember correctly. The Crimson Pendant, we have all these different things that you can use, making the cloaks. The cloaks by far are my favorite. And I don't remember if the Cloak of Sin is the best one, even though I really do like this cloak. This is a dark cloak that you can wear with your armor. And I don't know how well it would actually look in this armor setup, but it does go in your like shirt slot. And you can just kind of wear some Botania stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video where we did a few things. We are of course going to be finishing up a little bit more of Botania, since that's kind of the stopping point of Botania. Of course, to fight the Gaia a bit more would be really nice. There are some more flowers that we're going to use potentially for some automation later on, but I wanted to hurry up and get the mod through. Now, some people were saying that, is Botania the only cool thing in here? No, there's several other things in here that, of course, we can dive into. There's several tech mods. Ender.io has tons and tons of things, especially that this has its add-ons and stuff in it. There's also thermal expansion. There's all kinds of cool goodies that are still left in this pack to sort of play with. Botania is just one of those mods that I know so much about that it's just super easy for me to tell you guys about. And plus, it's definitely needed in this pack. As you can see, we're generating a significant amount of power just off of our mana. So it's definitely well worth a setup. And this mana setup isn't even the best. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. Guys, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. As always, thanks for watching.